States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of prayer, please. Thank you.
Alderman Wadawa.
Here.
Alderwoman Calderon. Here. Alderman Brickner.
Here.
Alderman Fire.
Here.
Alderman Damon.
Here.
Alderwoman Fliss. Here. Mayor Tutai.
Here. Telephonic meeting participation request, none.
The meeting has been properly posted and noticed.
Public hearing. Change of zoning, Sunset Investors, 3815 South KK Avenue. Ken, would you like to address this?
The original submission that I put in, I requested that we care lawn care in the front third of the building, and then I would use the back 2/3. There was some resistance to that, so I revised my application that I would use the entire building myself. It's set up as temporary. When I bought the brewery had been using it historically for some, they have a couple of coolers still in there. There's about 100 barrels in there. There's still restaurant equipment in there. So when I do get someone for the brewery, if they want to use the warehouse, I will either vacate all or some of it depending on the need. So with me being in there, I have control over what happens then in the future with it. As part of that, additional parking is needed for both the brewery and for the warehouse, so I want to get that out of the way. It's a little bit more parking than what's required right now, but depending on what the use of the warehouse is, it might need more, but basically I'm maximizing the size of the building. And I had agreed that we would make that conditional for 5 years, and I would install a sprinkler or a fire alarm system.
Any questions?
So what, you're just looking to use it for storage then, or what do you plan on doing with the facility?
Storage, I sold my self-storage business, and I also have a construction and development business. So I have construction equipment. I think I have one scissors lift parked there right now for doing maintenance work. But I have, there's a lot of stuff left from the brewery yet. That probably fills a third of it, and I don't want to get rid of that yet. The coolers are there, the barrels, and all kinds of other stuff, restaurant equipment. And then I have, from a couple of my storage renovation projects, I have a lot of old lumber that's 400 to 500 years old, so I keep that to build furniture. And we might build some furniture there once in a while. We won't operate out of it, it's really for storage of my equipment.
So there wouldn't be any day-to-day operations around the building other than kind of ad hoc moving of equipment in and out, or, of course, the initial load in of storage supplies and equipment? Okay.
They wouldn't, right now, all the construction people meet at the site downtown. And that project is finished, I've got another site on the east side that they moved to, so everybody reports in there. So they would go there on occasion if they needed, forklift or scaffolding or something like that, but we won't be working out there.
And everything is gonna be stored inside? You're planning on keeping everything inside the
Right,
building?
everything's inside.
How long would you expect to kind of keep the the equipment there? I'm assuming you're trying to maybe find a tenant for the building, or would it be a permanent home for that equipment?
Well, the main thing is finding a tenant for the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
The warehouse is secondary, and if they want to use the warehouse as part of the brewery operations, then I will vacate. If they don't, I will stay. So it really depends on what the brewery decides, and if they need to use it, but I also happen to need space right now. But I'm always, looking to buy other stuff anyway, so I mean, my warehouse could move if the primary thing is to get the brew pub into operation,
Mhm.
and then we'll decide after that.
Okay, but you're not marketing that warehouse as, like, you're not thinking of that as a separate space that you would attempt to market on its own and develop separately?
Possibly.
If somebody came to me with that idea right now, it would depend on the use.
Mm-hmm.
The primary reason I have it is the brew pub. And I'm marketing the brew pub, I'm not marketing the warehouse, because I want to use the warehouse myself right now.
Yep, understood.
So is that a rendering of what you plan for the parking lot?
Yeah. There's currently parking alongside the building and a little bit of,
Like an apron? It's just like a small apron behind the building right now, yeah.
along the side and a little bit in the back. I would expand it all the way to the back as far as I can and have enough for a little bit of, green infrastructure at the back. It's not a full stormwater management because it's under the acreage. But I'm basically maximizing the amount I can put on that site.
And the only other question I have too then is that building, does that require any kind of renovations for you for the storage? It looks like there was,
Not for the storage, really not.
Okay.
We are starting to replace some of the windows in it because there's a lot of tin and wood and.
that's what I was noticing, yeah.
We bought a bunch of materials and we're gonna start to replace some of that.
Thank you.
Mark or Paul, anything?
Pardon?
Do you have anything to add?
No.
Paul?
Just one question, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So you had indicated, I think, that this was for 5 years, is that correct? Or is that the amount of time that you're asking for the conditional use permit?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming that you'd like to be able to renew it if possible, if needed.
Yeah, I don't know what 5 years is gonna be. But 5 years is fine for now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any further questions?
Would you consider a shorter special use timeline? If that was what, as we discussed, we kind of came up with?
I mean, if I had to, I would consider it, sure. I sure hope I get, I hope I don't have the brewery sitting empty dead 5 years from now. Because that's what drives the whole decision on what's gonna happen to that space.
Understood.
Any further questions? Is there anyone else that would like to speak at this public hearing? Is there anyone else that would like to speak at this public hearing? Is there anyone else that would like to speak at this public hearing? The public hearing is closed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Presentation, none. Citizen comments?
None.
Ricky? None. Consent agenda. Is there any older person that would like anything removed under the consent agenda?
Mayor, I make a motion to take all 5 items on the voucher list, or on the
Second.
consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Recommendation of action from committees, commissions, and boards. Action to be taken from the Planning Commission meeting held November 17th, 2021.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to acknowledge a recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve the application for change of zoning at 4464 South Whitnall for a residential property from M1 to R1 contingent upon a garage being constructed within a year and set the date for a public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
This is 4051 South Iowa. Make a motion to acknowledge a recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve the application for change of zoning at 4051 South Iowa Avenue for Phoenix Investors from M1 to M1 special use for a furniture warehouse and to grant parking reduction of 53 spaces to 269 spaces and to set a date for the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
The next one is for 3257 South Lake Drive. I'll make a motion to acknowledge a recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve the application for change of zoning for St. Francis Seminary Meyer Hall from R3 to R3 special use for the use of a rectory and to set a date of public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And make a motion to acknowledge a recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve the revision of zoning code use tables 455A and 455B, which includes the revision to the R3 zoning district to allow a rectory in the R3 zoning district as a special use and to set the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
That's all from the Planning Commission, sir.
Thank you, Steve. Resolution and ordinances. None. Discussion item with possible action. 2022 City of St. Francis Dental Insurance Renewal. Mark?
This isn't actually a renewal, it's a change where our former policy provider was Guardian, and we're recommending that it be changed to Delta Dental. The coverages are a little better and the premiums were a little less. So it actually is a change of our dental plan. We don't pay for the premiums, it's just available to the employees, so if they want dental coverage, they have to pay the entire.
So there's no
One of the
cost to
premiums.
the city on this? It's
There's
just-
no, well, we provide a reimbursement to administrative and through the union contracts of $320 toward the dental plan, but we do not contribute toward the premiums.
This just provides better coverage for the.
This is
employees that are running-
better coverage.
I'd make a motion to approve the change in the dental insurance for the city of St. Francis.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments to committees, commissions, and boards. Citizen member for the Joint Review Board. I would like to recommend famous Ricky G.
Is that what you want me to put in the minutes?
Yes. I'm
Got
going to
it.
butcher his last name, so you can say it.
Bonowitch. You pronounce it just how it's spelled. Very carefully. I've spelled it so much
R-U-B-Anovich.
that I think I can spell it.
RGMAN.
Ricky G. Nice and easy.
I'll move for confirmation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Correspondence with possible action or referral to committees, commissions, and boards. Correspondent dated November 30th, 2021, from the city clerk treasurer, election inspectors for 2022-2023.
As Wisconsin State statutes state, the mayor and common council must appoint election inspectors for two-year terms commencing on January 1st of an even year and ending on December 31st of an odd year. Inspectors appointed in 2022 shall serve a two-year term ending in 2023. All appointees are nonpartisan unless noted. It is my recommendation to appoint the following election inspectors. There's a list. The majority of them are current inspectors, and we did receive two appointments from the Republican Party, which we need to include.
I'll move to place on file and approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Unfinished business? None. Other business? Nones. Department heads. Melinda?
Thank you, Mayor. DPW is done with leaf collection for the year. We have our leaf machine all tore apart. We're maintaining it. And, so people can still bring leaves to the yard. We just are not picking them up off the street any longer. The wind last week and earlier this week took care of a lot of that, so I don't think we'll have an issue. We did salt yesterday, our first salt run of the year. Our pavement was significantly better than the city of Milwaukee, so we were very proud about that. We have wrapped up the construction for our 2021 road project, and while we're wrapping that up and trying to work through closing that contract out with the contractor, we are starting our 2022 projects, moving forward with that. And I just want to say, on a personal note, I was very, very honored to be able to carry half of the We Stand with Waukesha banner in the Christmas parade. I personally know many people who were injured from that horrific tragedy. And people that I know are recovering. I know people who lost people. So it's been a terrible thing. It has been amazing to me, the outpouring of support within the community of Waukesha and all the surrounding communities, especially St. Francis. When we walked along the parade route, so many people applauded and gave us hearts, and it was just amazing. So thank you all so much. I know it's not me personally, but it really affected all my family and all the people we know. So thank you very, very much. And with that, I pass.
Thank you. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to touch off of a little bit of what Melinda said regarding the parade. Obviously, there was some concern regarding the parade coming in. We had numerous conversations. We also met as a group. As far as department heads go, we had a good game plan. I was also in touch with the Joint Terrorist Task Force from the FBI. There was nothing on the radar at all. Otherwise, obviously, we would have taken further steps. With that said, I want to thank Melinda and her team for the additional trucks at the back. If nothing else, though we assumed that there wasn't going to be anything, we took the precautions, and I think that put a lot of people at ease. I know I have received a lot of phone calls and emails from the public regarding such, that they felt very protected and at ease, and though I could not be there, I heard it was a great event, so kudos to everybody that took place and pulled it off without any injury to anybody, and everybody went home with smiles on their faces. And the other thing I have is I sent it out to everybody, National Night Out. We took second place this year. Obviously, we aimed for first, but you can't always get first. Out of the, in our group, I sent you guys the link. Out of all of the groups, there are only 2 municipalities in the state of Wisconsin that actually made the list at all. That was us at number 2, and then Oak Creek in their city size at number 12. So thank you to you all for your support, for your help, for National Night Out. Melinda, the fire department, your groups, the community, we could not do it without all of you guys. It is a community event, it's not a police event. But I want to thank you all for it again, and whatever we get from that, we'll get from it, and we'll put it up in the trophy case. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, Chief.
Nothing from fire.
Took away my fire. I was going to go, future Chief, Tony Clock. Damn it. And
Language.
darn it.
Thank you. First of all, it's actually kind of weird to be back here. Thank you all for being kind to Rebecca while she was stepping in my absence. She said you all behaved well, and she didn't have to get her stick out or anything. I am in the process of, actually, that's why I was late, of processing tax bills. The software company went through a big upgrade, and we're hitting all kinds of glitches, so it's not just St. Francis, it's everybody in Milwaukee County. So with the help of our IT person, Feroz, and just being diligent and calling, they're calculating right now. We can go through, and the goal is to have them to the printer by Friday so that they can be out. As soon as we get the file out and done, they will be up on the GCS website so people can see that and get ready to come and pay them. And we do have a stuffer that'll be going out, so that's all ready to go. Hopefully taxes will be good. And then one last thing, I would be remiss today if we did not take a moment. And while it is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, it's also Mark's birthday. And I think we get to sing happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mark. Happy birthday to you. And I will just tell everybody he is 58 years old. So
Thank you, Ann. I am the same age as Tom Cruise, so I'm very proud of that.
I get them mixed up all the time.
I wish my daytime husband were Tom Cruise. With that, I pass, by the way.
Thank you, and welcome back. Paul?
Well, I don't have anything in song, but we'll also happy birthday to Mark. If you'll recall, several weeks back, I declined to predict when we would have the Hidden Ponds Development Agreement before the council for approval. And as it turns out, we did have some delays in the negotiations on the development agreement. Several weeks back, Mark and I met with the developer's attorney to try to simplify the agreement because it was, quite frankly, getting somewhat bloated as far as the terms. We've now, I think we're back on track, and although as of yesterday, they were indicating that they were no longer planning on starting any work this year, but I anticipate that if we don't have it by next week, that we would have it on the January agenda for further action. And with that, oh, and again, happy birthday to Mark, and I agree with Ann, I think we ask everyone to keep in mind this is the 80th anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor, something that did change certainly my parents' lives and their parents' lives, and I think lives of many people for decades to come, and certainly not something that we would ever want to forget. And with that, I pass.
Thank you. Birthday boy?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have anything tonight. Thanks.
Cookies, cake, cupcakes? No.
Debbie?
Okay. I want to offer a special thank you to all the parade participants and to all the spectators that turned out on Saturday. It was wonderful. I want to thank the celebration committee, including the mayor, Kim, Trish, Catherine, Brian, and his wife Melissa, along with Mary, who's a friend of Kim, who helped all morning with setup and part of the afternoon and continued through the evening. A special thanks to Rich and Nancy Adamszewski, Andy Wendt, and Alderman Shawn for helping with cleanup and at the parade. We couldn't have done it without you. Thanks to the DPW, the police and fire department for all their assistance, and special thanks to Melinda, who was there from 9 a.m., I believe, all the way. Her and I were the last two, and she was after me to finish up. She was there all day to help, and greatly appreciated it. We needed a lot of help. And lastly, a special thanks to the staff that worked at the fire department on Saturday. They pitched in to help us. There was only like 5 of us to start. There was so much to do, and the guys were wonderful helping us, and the same goes for breaking down and putting everything away. They were terrific, so a special thank you for that staff. And that's it.
Thank you. Sarah?
Thanks to everybody for the parade and all the prep work and everything that everybody put into it. For Saturday, it was a nice event, and I think that everybody did have a very good time. I saw a lot of smiles, a lot of people wishing each other Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and it was a good thing for the community. So thanks to everybody who participated in that.
Thank you. Sean?
Happy birthday, Mark. And yes, it is Pearl Harbor Day. As a veteran, we recognize that. Debbie, though, is a little modest because Debbie wore 3 hats that day. She was not only a committee member, she also stayed and helped with setup and breakdown, but she also played grandma the entire time she was there, so it was pretty impressive. Melinda, your staff was fantastic. I love the big trucks there blocking off the roads. The moment we saw that, everybody kind of settled down because Chief's right, there were a lot of people asking even when we were lining up for the parade. Your officers and auxiliary police are always very friendly and pleasant out there. And the firefighters, the moment we started breaking down, they swept up, mopped up, and trucks were backing in, and they are wizards at moving those things. You'd swear they were UTVs the way they're moving that ladder truck. They're pretty impressive. Ann, welcome back, and just glad everybody's here. Nice to see you two gentlemen again as well. And on that, I'll pass.
Thank you. Steve?
I have nothing this evening, sir.
Thank you. Matt Damon?
Yeah, I'd just like to echo all the kind words. The parade really went off without a hitch. You know, I appreciate it as well, all the heavy equipment that was out, and thanks Chief Hunter for you know, kind of looking, working with you know, the FBI and kind of talking it through, because it's an unfortunate, you know, place that we're in where we have to, for a parade, make those considerations. But we're doing the work, and we are still, doing the community events that I think are so important for us to continue doing. So thank you to both of you for making that possible. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Don?
First of all, I'd like to reiterate happy birthday to Mark. It's always good to see one more year. I didn't make it to the Christmas parade. My daughter had a basketball game. Somebody scheduled a basketball game at the same time as the parade. The girls happened to win 50 to 18,
This game?
and that was against Cudahy.
That's doubly good.
Also, Hidden Ponds, I mean, it's no surprise to me anyways that they won't be building anything this year, because I think that that was by design. I do believe that they put their feet in the concrete and slowed it down so that they wouldn't have to build this year. I also believe that a little bloatedness in this developers agreement is necessary for this case. And last but not least, on the Waukesha Parade, I happened to have the misfortune of knowing that Cockroach professionally, and if he's found guilty, there's a special place in hell for him. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Don. First of all, I'd like to recognize that it's the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Second, it's been said very, very eloquently, but I still need to say it for the Celebrations Committee, the DPW, the police, and the fire, a home run. Our Christmas parade cannot be without you guys. You guys are awesome. And it's been hit just on a little bit, but I'd like to say it, Debbie and Melinda. You guys don't think enough of yourselves. You guys are outstanding. You're always thinking of other people, which is great, but just remember what you guys did this Saturday was outstanding. Thank you. You guys stepped up. Thank you. And with that,
I actually think, Mayor, I'm going to interrupt you. There was a picture of you and Representative Sinicki at the tree lighting, and I think the smiles on your faces reflected everything that happened at that event.
thank you. It was a great event, and tons of people that helped, but people that coordinated. As I said, for Debbie and for Melinda, and equally important, our citizens getting involved. Richard, you and your wife, thank you. Thank you. And with that,
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.